Okay, we're recording, I hope. Wake up world. This is Ozzy59 here. Okay, coming at you today with a topic that's close to home and heavy on my heart. Okay, we are in a situation here in Canada where we have an election coming up, and the last stitch of the government that's in power now is trying to get us involved in conflicts on the other side of the planet. Okay? I've been watching the question period, the House of Commons, and the questions coming up from the opposition, and the questions coming up from the Liberal Party, and the answers that we're not getting from the Conservatives. And we need to wake up and take a look what's going on in this country, because before we partnered in full with the American industrial complex, not the American people, we've always had a brotherhood with them, the people. But when we made that free trade deal back in the 80s, and a lot of our industry went kind of south when that trade deal was extended to Mexico, and they were projecting that off of the Autopat, but the Autopat was put together for actually a totally different situation to get into. That's something totally different we got to deal with. But a few months back, we had a prime minister who stood up in New York and told in front of a bunch of American businessmen and politicians that actually requested that we could join them in these ISOS instances. And then he committed us to air raids in Syria since that time took place without the approval of the Syrian government. He's also committed our military to training a fascist regime in Kiev. That's not what the Canadians in the Second World War. I'm hoping that some of our vets pay some attention to this and speak out and do something. If you're a Canadian vet of the Second World War and you've got a little bit of history you want to share, I urge that you pick up a microphone and share it with people, because we're sitting in a situation that is very volatile, very explosive right now. Canada is getting involved in a land grab, energy grab that is taking place by the banks of the Western world, the financial industries, and they're not looking out for the best interests of the general public. They're looking out for the best interests of the corporations. And Canada's going that way since we signed up with the free trades. Not saying that free trade with the States, but we can have free trade with others, right? That's almost the same sort of thing that's going on in the Ukraine and the European Union. And I just want people to wake up, take a look, And remember, what's going on right now is not in the best interest of John Q. Public. Okay, it's not in the best interest of you. It's not in the best interest of me. It's in the best interest of corporations. If we are going to be in places like the Ukraine and Syria, wouldn't it be better to be on the right side than the profitable side? Because war for profit seems to be the thing that people want to remember, be a part of. War for profit, it seems like. Well, we've got 150 years coming up here in Canada in 2017. Do we want to be, not to romanticize it, do we want to be the pirates of the North? Or do we want to be a just and righteous and moral society that takes a look at what's best for all on the planet, not just for the few? After all, we used to stand up against bullies. Are we going to let them bully us in to being submissive sheep, chattel of the industrial complex, just property to trade upon? Then why are we fighting in the Middle East if we're just going to become corporate chattel? Things that the corporation are going to profit off of. You know, nothing for the people. Everything for the 1%. Well, I want to let you go with that. And remember, wake up, have a cup of coffee, smell the roses, and just remember one thing. We do have to live among the fertilizer. Till next time, enjoy the rest of the video. Commentary's ending now. And till next time, Aussie 59, love you. Keep thinking. Okay, question more. Ask why. The most important question there is why. So, have a good day. I'm signing off.